Faking It? Find out on hard copy.
Tonight at 7 on 2.
Of course I remember you, Brian. So, I hear you've been in touch with my mom over there, huh?
Yes, I have, Paul. That's why I'm calling you now.
How could you let me sleep so long?
Because I thought you needed it.
I can't believe it. I zonked out for 8 solid hours.
Are you really surprised? You've been driving yourself around the clock with Casey. And this whole thing with Kim and Bob.
Actually, it was a dream about Bob that woke me up. I dreamed that he turned on me. It was awful. He accused me of deliberately trying to break up his marriage to Kim. Oh. Ooh.
Come on, sweetie. That was just a nightmare. You know, Bob would never, ever do that.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I think it would be easier if he did.
Hey, Dr. Bob. Oh, man, am I glad to see you. I stopped by to talk to Henny. He wasn't there, and I just needed someone to talk to.
What's wrong?
Margaret didn't tell you?
Well, tell me what?
Oh, man, that's weird. She said she was gonna come by and tell you. Maybe I misunderstood. Everything's been so crazy.
Duke, I don't know what you're talking about. What happened?
Casey took a turn for the worse tonight. He slipped into a coma.
Oh, dear Lord, no.
I think you should know, Casey fought going on life support. He made it very clear he didn't want any heroic measures.
It's true, Mama. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Well, then somebody put words in his mouth. My Casey would never give up. He wanted to live, and as long as those machines are keeping him alive, we can still pray for a miracle.
You're the only one I can turn to, Margot. I'm counting on you to come through for me now. It's my life, damn it, and it's been a good one. I've made my choice, and now I'm asking you to help me die with dignity.
As the world turns.
Look out! Coming through!
Meet the resistance. When tough bugs become immune to some insecticides, they're called resistant.
You wanna make some of it?
So we make Raid, Ant, and Roach to kill faster than others, to kill even resistant bugs dead.
It's an irresistible force! Raid!
Raid, Ant, and Roach kills resistant bugs dead, and nobody does it deader.
Them lemons they roll, them lemons they bounce. I even seen a lemon drop. Them lemons smell so fresh and pretty, like lemon fresh Clorox. Them lemons smell so fresh and pretty, lemon fresh Clorox bleach.
Three Guys Plumbing.
For hair clogs at their worst.
Oh, it's for you.
No other drain opener works better than Liquid Plumber.
Liquid Plumber? Never heard of him. Never hear of him.
Call Liquid Plumber first.
No fun.
You getting out and enjoying yourself. That's what life is all about. And it's easy when you have the best bladder control protection. And Depend Elastic Leg undergarments give you the best protection yet with AbsorbLock, a super absorbent system that locks in 25% more. They're the best protection and the best way for you to get back into life. Hey there. Get back into life with Depend. With AbsorbLock protection.
Damn it, Brian, I'm not gonna tell Hal anything. If it's so important, tell Mom to call him.
It's too painful for her, and she's been through enough already. Look, Paul, I know how much you love your mother. So I'm counting on you to convince Hal to give up this search and go home.
You're right. I do love her. That's exactly why I'm gonna tell Hal to continue his search, till he gets some answers. Like what my mom means by this bull about it being too late.
It's the truth, Paul. You have to try to believe her.
Believe her? How can I believe her when I don't even know what it means?
She'll explain everything someday. Right now, she can't. Look, Paul, I know this is rough on you. But Hal's search is pointless. He's not going to find your mother. And you can make things a lot easier on everyone if you just accept that fact and respect her wishes.
Make him believe that.
If my mom really wants Hal to stop, then she's gonna have to face him. And tell him why she's running, why it's too late. Until then, he's not gonna be satisfied, and neither will I.
You're making a big mistake, son.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think my mom's the one that's making a mistake. And when you see her, you can tell her I said so. You know, Brian, I always respected my mom until now. She never took the easy way out of things, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. By letting people like you and Visconti do her talking for her. If she wants me to respect her wishes, then she damn well better respect mine.
I hope you give some thought to what I've said. If you continue to persist in this selfish attitude, you're just gonna succeed in driving your mother away permanently. Good night, Paul.
Damn it! Can't believe the nerve of that guy.
What did he say to you?
That if I loved my mom, I'd get Hal to stop his search. You know, Andy, until now, I tried to believe that my mom was not involved with Brian McCall, not having an affair with me. But what else could it be? Now you got Hal going over there, and who knows what he's gonna walk in on.
Paul, didn't Hal say that he was gonna call after he landed? Maybe you should warn him off?
No. Mom has to give Hal some answers, and she's gotta give me some, too. The only way you can get those answers is by seeing her.
Okay, I have an idea. Why don't I just go make you some nice, warm milk?
Oh, don't you dare. I drank so much of that stuff when I was going through withdrawal. I mean, the mere thought of it makes me want to go...
Okay. What are you working on? BRO's financial picture. Oh. I really want to help Paul save this company, you know? I don't want to see him pour his money into a sinking ship. On the other hand, Paul thinks if the company goes under, it's just going to give Barbara another reason to stay away from Oakdale.
Paul is very important to you, isn't he?
Yes. I know a lot of people don't understand, but he always will be.
Well, I didn't understand. When the relationship came out at the trial, I mean, I was shocked. But I think I understand a little better now. I mean, that kind of love is very special. What I don't understand is Barbara. I mean, how can you be so stupid and so insensitive just to turn your back on everything?
I have no idea. All I know is only God knows what Hal is going to find when he finally catches up with her. I mean, how could she leave a terrific guy like Hal and go to a man like Franco, some womanizer? Or a married man like... I'm sorry, Ma.
You don't have to walk on eggshells around me. Listen, I really tried to fight my feelings for Bob like crazy. But that night, you know, at the Foxwood Lodge, when I told him how I felt, I just wanted to drive him away, and it would have made things so much easier. But instead, well, I know that he's in love with Kim even more than ever. But you know, he's been so dear to me through all that's happened. Even though it was a mistake, I really think I'll cherish that night for the rest of my life.
was awful. Casey started fighting him when they were putting him on the respirator. Not long after that, he slipped into a coma. You know, I've never felt so helpless in my life.
Unfortunately, Duke, that's one of the things you'll have to get used to if you're going to be a doctor.
You know, well, the worst part was after Dr. Purcell took Casey's parents. I had to drive them home. I wanted to say something, to just do something to make him feel better. I couldn't.
Isn't there any hope at all for reversal?
Now that he's in a coma now.
That's what Dr. Purcell said. Unfortunately, Mrs. Casey's mom, she's praying for some kind of a miracle.
You know, Casey did ask Tom and Margot to draw up a living will. He didn't want to be put on life support.
Well, it was never executed. Now it's up to Lila.
Oh, dear Lord. How do you ever make a decision like that?
You know, I was in Casey's room, watching him, looking at the monitors, listening to the respirator. Just a bunch of machines. It's not Casey.
Goodbye, Casey.
Dinner at the Garretts is always special, and the house dressing is always out of the ordinary.
Flowers for me! Hey, beautiful presentation. These are great ingredients. Where'd you get these?
House Italian from Kraft.
Everything came from his grandma.
Spicy red peppers. Sweet basil. Kraft House Italian's taste has made it a favorite at the Garrett house, and probably yours.
Hey, wait a minute, I haven't even finished
House
my
Italian from Kraft. America's house dressing.
Well, I always thought arugula was an island in the Caribbean.
When my boyfriend invited me for pasta, he served Chianti. I said grazie. He served fettuccine. I said grazie. He served grated topping. I said, hold your horses, bucko. See, some grated toppings are only 2/3 cheese and 1/3 fats and fillers. But Kraft is 100% grated Parmesan cheese. So you see, there's grazie and there's not so grazie.
Kraft 100% grated Parmesan for 100% great Parmesan taste.
How do orange juice, tomato juice, and grapefruit juice measure up to prune juice? You get more of 7 important vitamins and minerals in a glass of great-tasting Sunsweet prune juice.
Sunsweet. Here's to your health.
Why? Why did Jim Henson neglect the infection that would take him from us and our children? His family breaks its silence to People this week. The last days of the man behind Kermit and all the Muppets. This week, America's Pied Piper. People, that's what we're all about.
Saturdays were made for action, adventure, and romance, and it's heating up as Ethan Cord fights to hang on to a piece of paradise. Then, be careful, Catherine. Backed by popular demand, the most talked-about love affair, Beauty and the Beast, and they dared to stare straight into the face of war. Tour of Duty, it's so hot it sizzles. Saturday.
Would you like some more ice cream and cookies?
No, thank you. I have had my limit.
Me too. How come nobody ever asked me if I want any more ice cream?
Dad.
All right. I'll stick to my fruit cocktail.
Let me help you, dear. Oh, no, I got it. And
Thank you.
Bianca will help me with the dishes. Right, Bianca?
Yes.
Ellen, I think you've been a terrific influence on my little sister. I can't ever remember her offering to do the dishes before.
Ellen, thanks so much for having us. It was a great dinner.
Oh, I'm so glad you could all come.
Now, David is going to be back home for the AIDS benefit. That
Yes, I am counting on it, and he's looking forward to meeting Sean and Courtney.
Well, I hope the trial's over by then. I wouldn't want him judging me out of the headlines he reads in the paper. Greg Hadley called, said it might get a little nasty.
Yeah, I think he's right. Now that Tony O'Reyes has infected WOAK with his tabloid mentality.
We watched that appalling sequence of patterns that Gail did with Blythe Nelson.
I thought you were going to be helping Bianca with the dishes.
Yeah, we're doing them. She's gonna wash and I'm gonna dry. So, have you heard how Andy's doing?
Yeah, he's doing really well. I'm actually very encouraged. You know, I think hitting bottom made him realize what he was doing to himself.
I sure hope so.
I was hoping that Bob and Kim would join us tonight, but Kim asked for a rain check.
I think they just need some time alone.
So, Ellen, how are the plans coming for the AIDS ball?
Oh, actually, our ticket sales are way above last year's. And Hank Elliott is going to be coming, and he's designed a beautiful new wardrobe for the auction.
That's
and Bob and Kim are going to be our auctioneers again. Just one second. Hello? Andy! Oh, it's so good to hear your voice. I'm fine. Thank you, dear. Sure. Just a minute. She's right here. Andy wants to talk to you.
Hey, bro, where are you?
Hi, I'm over at Paul's. Paul's kind of upset about a call he got about his mom, and he's expecting to hear from Hal. Listen, the reason that I called was I wanted to find out how things are going between Mom and Bob.
Well, not much has changed.
Well, I spoke to Mom. She said that Bob's been involved with somebody else.
Andy, is Paul listening to this conversation?
Franny, look, he's my best friend. I had to talk to somebody, okay?
Well, I guess it's okay.
Is Andy coming over?
No, he and Paul have to wait for a phone call.
Courtney, will you please get your tail into the kitchen and help Bianca with the dishes?
Fine, slave driver.
Franny, have you heard anything more on Casey?
No, not recently. Hopefully no news is good news.
I just had a long talk with Bill Purcell. He explained everything to me. There really wasn't anything for me to do at the hospital. I thought I'd come by, see how you're doing.
John.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I can't quit. I can't give up hope. Casey's such a fighter. I just can't give...
Have you talked this thing over with Bill Parcell?
Yeah? I can't discuss this right now, though.
Okay. Joe! All right, how are you? I would have been at the hospital earlier, but I'm having a little trouble with my paging device tonight.
Oh, we understand. Look, we know Casey is getting the best care in the world.
Yes.
I'm sure Dr. Purcell knows his medicine, but sometimes doctors get so wrapped up in science, they forget about the power of the human spirit. There are some things that can't be measured in medical terms. I believe in a higher power. So does my son. As long as there's breath in Casey's body, I'll pray that he comes out of that coma.
Of course, of course. I certainly understand how you feel. Realistically speaking...
No, I don't want to hear anything more about hopelessness. There's always hope. It's what keeps us going.
Yes, yes. Casey made it very clear how he felt about heroic measures. There was talk about a living will.
It was never executed. He never even talked to me about it, John. So now it's my decision.
And it's not very easy, but certainly you know that you are just prolonging the inevitable.
Well, Casey always fought the odds. Yeah. Even when we met. You know, he just wore down my resistance. Talked me into marrying him. Then the battle with GBS. Look what he's done. Look what he's done for his life, for me and for Katie.
Lila, he can't fight anymore. Now, I think that you and Katie,
For his sake, for everybody's sake, you have to accept that.
We were 3 days out of Dakar. On the Queen Elizabeth II. I was right in the middle of an apricot flambe.
Captain, I'm afraid we've just run out of Colombian coffee.
Run out, Mr. Howard. Full about, Mr. Roberts. Engine room, full speed. So, we turned back. Under the circumstances, it was the only civilized thing we could do.
100% Colombian coffee, the richest coffee in the world.
Don't most mouthwashes just freshen breath?
Wrong. Listermint with fluoride also strengthens teeth. Listermint penetrates vulnerable enamel between teeth and rebuilds it to make teeth stronger. Listermint freshens breath and strengthens teeth.
That's right.
When I think of all the mosquitoes and gnats and chiggers, I'm sure glad there's Caladril, because only Caladril contains Benadryl, the most recommended topical antihistamine for itch. Caladril can help stop almost any itch. Poison ivy or poison oak, no-see-ums, those little things that get you.
Whoa, not so fast, kiddo. You missed a spot. Use my Windex.
No way. I'm using something better. New advanced formula Windex.
Wow, an improved Windex? That must really be great.
You bet. Advanced formula Windex cleans even better than before. Even on the outside where you get the toughest dirt. See? Not a streak.
You're so smart.
Guess it runs in the family. On Mom's side.
New Advanced Formula Windex. It's better inside and out.
Monday, George has a new girl, but will love bottom out?
There's a dance. If I brought Catherine, would the guys laugh? Why you didn't dance cheek to cheek?
New heart. Then, on an all-new Dave Thomas show, how low will Dave go for high comedy? With guest star Catherine O'Hara. The Dave Thomas Comedy Show, Monday. Watch Guiding Light today.
I'm sorry, I just get so emotional. We can talk out here.
I know it sounds really hard-nosed and everything like that, but you're a nurse, you're a medical person. You know there is no chance of recovery here.
John, you saw Maureen. You saw what kind of state that she's in. There's no way that I can order Dr. Purcell to remove the life support.
It's an incredibly difficult decision to make, but the longer that...
Stop it! Don't you... How much do you think I can take in one night, okay?
You're right,
You
you're right.
think I can talk about this calmly and, clinically when I got Maureen in there? I got the baby upset.
I know, perhaps when you've had a little bit more time to think about
I
it.
don't need time. I am not going to let Dr. Purcell take Casey off the respirator.
But Lila, you just...
No. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So, if you want to help us comfort Maureen and everybody, then you're welcome to come in, but just don't say anything more about it.
Okay. I won't, I promise. And I would like to stay. Do what I can do. All right?
What happened?
Well, I can't seem to reach the nursing supervisor on Casey's floor. I'm going to call John.
I'm sorry to bring you this bad news tonight. I thought Margaret told you guys.
No, well, we went to bed very early tonight. I suppose she could have stopped by, and she maybe saw the house was dark and didn't want to disturb us.
Lucinda, it's Bob Hughes. Yes, I do know. Duke told us. Oh, I see. No, there's no message. Thank you. Good night. John went to see Lila after he talked to Bill Purcell. I'm going to the hospital and check this out myself.
All right.
Hey, Mrs. Hughes, do you know any place where I might be able to find Andy?
Oh, golly, I don't know. He was with Paul earlier tonight. He may be still there.
Yeah, he was really fond of Casey, and I was thinking maybe I might tell him. Unless you don't think he can take it.
Oh, no, I definitely think that he would want to know.
Now, Casey's mom, she took it real hard. See, Casey, he told me everything that was gonna happen. He's such a terrific doctor, because everything he said that was gonna happen, happened. And I know he didn't want to be hooked up to any machines. So it's in Lila's hands now.
You know, Duke, sometimes it takes something like this to make you realize how petty your own problems really are.
Very interesting.
Katie's finally asleep. Now I look at her and so much goes through my mind.
It's a blessing that she's too young to understand all this.
Casey loves you both so much. It was because of you and Kate he fought so hard against his GBS. I'm sure that same love will bring him through this.
Why don't I prescribe something that can give you all a little sleep?
No, it's okay. I don't need any pills.
Well, I'm going to go back to the hospital then. Good night.
Good night.
I want you to think seriously about what we were talking about on the porch, all right? Come on.
All right, I will. Oh, maybe that's the hospital with good news.
Yes, this is Dr. Dixon. You have a message for me?
Is it about Casey?
What? When?
Well, there's a lot more to being healthy than just low calorie.
Mary Fran makes a healthy choice.
It's when it all comes together and you're eating right and you're exercising.
New Healthy Choice entrees. Great tasting entrees that help you keep your heart healthy because they're the lowest in fat, sodium, and cholesterol.
Healthy Choice tastes great. It's healthy for you. And when you feel healthy, you look great.
Listen to your heart. Make a healthy choice.
We thought everyone knew that no other major brand of orange juice comes closer to this than this, Tropicana Pure Premium. But much to our surprise, we found a small group that was just about to try it. Of course, we'd like to encourage everyone to discover for themselves why you just can't pick a better juice.
Hey, honey, I got those sandwiches, huh?
Okay, but I'm out of Miracle Whip.
Hi, Fold.
I'm out. I gotta go. A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Not a bad bluff.
After 7 days, the leading antiseptic couldn't heal this finger, but this one healed with #1 doctor-recommended Neosporin. Testing shows that Neosporin helps wounds heal faster. Neosporin, for faster healing, it's the one.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Pistons. Blazers. Game 5, primetime Thursday.
It's the men and women who risk their lives to capture the most dangerous animals of the world. Knots Landing's William Devane hosts an all-new The Most Dangerous Game, Friday.
This is CBS. ShopRite answers the question on everyone's lips. What's for dinner, eh?
Is that all? This week, surf and turf lovers will love ShopRite. Large white shrimp are $5.67 a pound. USDA choice trim and lean beef loin, T-bone, or porterhouse steaks are $3.99 a pound. And Maxwell House coffee is $1.99.
We save you money. ShopRite does it right.
They're gangsters who squealed on the mob. Now their families are targets for revenge, running from the mafia next Herald. Today at 4.
If your nights are getting later and later, chances are the sag in your mattress is getting deeper and deeper. You need a beauty rest. Its unique individually wrapped coils are pre-compressed to give you a comfortable mattress that stays forever firm. Sleep on a beauty rest, and here's something you haven't heard in years.
Good night, hon.
Beauty Rest by Simmons. Forever firm.
On sale now at A&S.
Frank Field. Mr. G, your first team for weather. Weekdays only on Channel 2 News.
And now part 2
of As the World Turns.
All right, Fenwick. Oh, yes, I'm ready to leave Mrs. Stewart's whenever you get here. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Well, he's only a few blocks away.
Listen, when Fenwick gets here, just have him drive around the corner and wait.
For what?
For me, of course.
Courtney, it's awfully late.
So? Look, we don't have an exam until tomorrow afternoon. Why waste a perfectly good evening, right?
Okay, what did you have in mind?
Well, it was obvious from Franny's conversation with Paul on the phone that he's upset. So, as his friend, I thought maybe you should go over and see how he's doing. And I'll come with you so nobody gets the wrong idea.
I don't think Sean's going to go along with this.
You leave my brother to me. All you gotta do is wait around the corner. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. Good. Thank you so much.
What is all the whispering going on?
Well, we're just making plans for tomorrow. Mrs. Stewart?
Justin.
Yes, do you think it would be okay if Bianca came over in the morning and studied?
Well, of course.
Thanks.
Which exam is it?
Oh, English. Mrs. McCloskey, I'm so grateful for your tutoring. I would be so lost without it.
Oh, I know you'll do well. I'm sure you'll both pass with flying colors. And just think, next fall you'll be freshmen at the university.
Any plans for the summer?
Oh, I'm sure she'll be lolling around some pool, bird dogging guys, making trouble, the usual.
Actually, I plan on getting a job.
Hey.
A job?
Yes.
What kind of a job?
I don't know yet. It was Bianca's idea. But I gotta make some money for college next year.
Unbelievable.
Bianca, dear, your car just pulled up. Oh, okay, thank you. Well, good night. It's nice seeing everyone.
Good luck on the exam.
I know you'll do well.
Safe home. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for a lovely dinner, Mrs. Stewart.
Pa, you know, I'm tired and I got studying to do for tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Good night.
Hey, good night, Courtney.
Take care.
You know, I had misgivings about bringing Courtney to stay here in Oakdale, but you've been working wonders with her, Ellen, you miracle worker. Listen, babe, I gotta go.
Okay. Hey, listen, you forgot to ask Courtney about having dinner at the yacht club tomorrow.
Courtney?
Yeah.
Ellen doesn't know about Bob and Kim, so I haven't had a chance to ask about them. How are they?
I'm not really sure, Graham. I haven't spent a lot of time there lately, but I think the hurt runs really deep with Mom.
I think she could have handled it better if it had been anybody in the world but Susan Stewart.
Well, Courtney's on for dinner. I think you're turning her into a fresh air fiend, Ellen. Her window's wide open. Listen, we gotta go. Where's your coat?
Right over here. I think we better get going too, Nancy.
All right, well, finish your coffee.
Hello? Oh, hello, John. Yes, he is. Just one moment.
Dan,
Yeah.
it's John Dixon for
Oh,
you.
good. Okay. Thank you. Hey, John, what can I do for you? I see. Yes, I can be there in 15 minutes, soon as I drop Nancy off.
Yeah, Mac, I would appreciate your keeping the lid on this as much as you can. At least until we hear a little bit more about what's going on. Well, it's just that something like this could be very serious trouble for the hospital. All right, fine. I'll be waiting for you. So long. Lieutenant McCloskey is on his way over.
Well, how come he didn't call your daughter? She's a detective. She knows the situation. I'm sure she'd keep the investigation discreet.
I tried to get a hold of her. I don't know where she is. However, Lila and the parents take her.
Well, they're taking it very hard, especially Casey's mother.
I only told them that Casey passed away. I didn't really go into the details.
I'd appreciate it if you'd call Mrs. Doherty. She's blaming herself for the whole thing. She said she left her desk for a few minutes for a code on the floor, and she left the monitors unattended for just a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll reassure her. Have you talked to any of the other nurses?
Yeah, I called them as soon as I got the facts. They both knew Casey fought going on the respirator, but I can't think either one of them would have acted in this way.
No, this is no accident. Whoever's responsible for this knew what they were doing. It's deliberate.
I'm going to call Susan Stewart. She was the admitting physician.
Maureen wants to know if we can take Casey's things home. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you. Why don't I ship them to her a little bit later? Right now, I'd like everything just left the way it is.
I think you better come over right away, Susan. There's some things that... Oh, hold on a sec. Bob, How did you know?
Well, Duke Kramer told me that Casey lapsed into a coma.
Casey died about 40 minutes ago.
John, is there something you're not telling me? And why did you tell me not to touch anything of Casey, just to leave it the way it is?
It's just hospital procedure.
No, it's not. And then when I walked in, the respirator, it was unplugged. That's not hospital procedure. It should just simply be turned off. John, is something going on?
A lot of people can't wait until they retire. But I always liked my work. It worried me that when I turned 65, I'd have to leave. Rules are rules, and that was company policy. Then AARP helped get mandatory retirement eliminated. Now I can retire when I want to retire.
Bye, dear.
Not when someone else wants me to.
AARP, making a difference.
Can a healthy diet, including Mazola, bring cholesterol down? Here's living proof.
When I found out my cholesterol was over 200, I got nervous. So I cut back on saturated fats and cholesterol and used Mazola.
A clinical study showed that a lower-fat, lower-cholesterol diet, including Mazola, reduced cholesterol an average of 17%.
With Mazola's help, I got my cholesterol down. I can live with that.
Mazola. Together, we're beating cholesterol.
Some juice drinks are just 10% juice. Okay if you have a 10% kid. Some are only 50% juice. Fine for half a kid. But Juicy Juice is 100% juice for 100% kids. Like yours.
A cheese riddle. Excuse me, Giorgio. What do you get when you add mozzarella to an ordinary tomato? Something to sing about. That's right. Cheese makes it taste better. So don't forget the cheese.
I'm on my way, Bill. Thanks for calling. It's Casey. He died a little while ago.
Oh, Mom. I'm sorry. I knew it was serious, but how could he have gone this fast?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Bill couldn't discuss it on the telephone. Poor Lila.
Listen, I'm gonna go with you, all right? Let me just go get my purse and my shoes.
Well, I left a message for Bill Purcell, and I told the lab to put a rush on your blood work and your spinal tap, okay?
Thanks. Listen, I don't want to keep this from Lila till we get something definite, okay?
Casey, you're not being realistic. We have to keep you in here for observation. This is not something you can hide.
I know, but she's had to put up with so much since I came home in December.
Haven't heard her complain.
Well, that's one thing you'll never get from my wife. Oh, for once in my medical career, I hope my diagnosis is wrong.
Mom, you ready?
Yeah.
Ugh. What's wrong?
No, nothing. I mean, Bill said that Bob was there. I'm just, it's getting harder and harder to face him.
Well, it looks like the light's still on in their bedroom.
Well, maybe it's a good sign. Maybe they're finally talking to each other.
I hope so. It's been really hard being here with everything that's gone wrong.
Yeah, you're always welcome at my place.
Thanks. Thanks for being so understanding about my needing to be here. I don't know, I just feel like if I can keep things as normal as possible, you know, it just might help.
Well, I'm not all that understanding, but I'm sure it'd be a great comfort to your parents to have you around.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry so much of my attention has been focused here. I promise, once the trial starts, I'll be there for you 100%.
I expect to get a call from Jessica in the morning. I guess the circus is about to begin soon.
I honestly think you're gonna win, Sean. I mean, what jury in their right mind wouldn't see right through Gail? She's a liar.
It took me quite a while to see through that.
Yeah, but you had just broken up with Donna. You were on the rebound. Besides, you have to remember, we've got an excellent witness in the woman who offered Gail the job that she turned down. And she can't possibly support her claim that you led her on, that you were indifferent to her welfare. I mean, who in the world is she going to get to testify to that?
I need to go. Okay, come on. Have a good night.
All right.
We'll see you.
Fran.
Hi, Mom.
Sweetheart, we've had some very bad news tonight. Casey took a turn for the worse, and he's in a coma.
Oh, my God. How's Lila dealing with it?
I don't know, sweetie. I haven't spoken to her. John is with her. Your father went over to the hospital, and now that you're home, maybe you take care of Chris. I thought maybe
Yeah,
I
sure.
could go over to the hospital and be with your dad. See if
Okay.
maybe I can be helpful to someone.
Of course.
I'm gonna change.
Okay. Oh, Casey.
You came to the house to tell me that Casey lapsed into a coma. I got here as fast as I could. I'm shocked that it was too late.
John was at my house when the hospital called me.
Lila, I heard what you said about the respirator being unplugged. What does that mean?
Oh, John was probably right. It was probably disconnected after the fact, you know, by an aide or something. What's Mac doing here?
I don't know. I'll find out. What's going on?
Somebody came into Casey's room, flipped the switch on the alarm system, and then disconnected his respirator.
What?
Yeah.
Does Lila know? Do Casey's parents know?
Not yet, they don't.
Well, I think they're going to have to be told before I can start my investigation. I got a man coming over now to fingerprint the room.
Okay, well, then they have to be told.
John,
Apparently somebody went in.
what is going on?
After Dr. Purcell left last night to go home, someone went into Casey's room, flipped the switch on the alarm system, and disconnected Casey's respirator.
What are you saying? Are you telling us that someone murdered our son?
From the heart of Hidden Valley comes a healthy new idea in salad dressing. Introducing Take Heart from Hidden Valley Ranch. Take Heart dressings have no cholesterol, very little fat, and very few calories, but you never know it by the taste. So take your health to heart with new Take Heart salad dressings in 5 delicious flavors. Healthy new Take Heart.
The Made in the USA label. It means more than great fashion, quality, and fit. It means feeling great about the clothes you wear. Look for it, buy it in apparel and home fashions. For the fit, the fashion, the fabulous feeling.
Happy birthday, kiddo.
Wow, hot pink.
Pink.
Hot pink. Ew. This pink isn't so hot anymore. This dress will end my social life.
Good.
Dad.
If your colors are fading, there's now a detergent that helps protect them. Introducing New Cheer with Color Guard. As time goes by, you can see the difference Color Guard makes. New Cheer with Color Guard.
Soft soap shower gel. Easy, clean, soft. One just right for your skin type. Shower gel from Soft Soap.
My interview's in an hour and I'm out of antiperspirant. So I used my daughter's Suave. It kept me cool and dry through hours of interviews. And when she told me you saved with Suave, I switched.
Saving money is very important to us office managers.
So there's no hope at all?
Casey said so himself. Man, it really tore me up to see him hook up to that respirator. I mean, he was so determined not to be put on any machines.
You know, Duke, I'm sure Lila will realize that and respect his wishes.
I'm not so sure. I think she's gonna get a lot of resistance from Casey's mom. You know, I'm not so sure what I'd do myself if I were in that same situation with my Graham. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring such bad news over here. I just really needed to talk to my bro, you know. Stopped by your mom's, and she and Dr. Bob said you were here.
So how do they seem to be doing?
Kind of tense still.
Yeah, well, at least they're living under the same roof trying to work things out. It's a lot more than I can say for my mom and Hal. That's probably Renee.
Hi!
Hey, what are you two doing here?
Well, we just came by to see how you were because Bianca was upset. Franny said something about a call that upset you.
Yeah, you've always been there for me, Paul, and I wanted to make sure you were all right.
Well, thank you. That's very thoughtful of both of you.
I'm surprised Lucinda let you out on a night during finals week, Bianca.
Well, actually, we don't have an exam till tomorrow afternoon. So.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Hey, I brought you a ginger ale. I know it's your favorite.
Who told you that?
Randy mentioned it, I think, actually. So, what are you going to be doing this summer now that you're home?
Well, I'm going to be working part-time at the yacht club pool. I'm going to be taking some classes and possibly apprenticing with Dean Avian, who's a local photographer.
Oh, well, what a great idea. You're terrific with a camera.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, I saw some of your stuff when Duke suggested we clean up your apartment.
Oh, excuse me. Duke, I wanted to thank you for cleaning up my mess. Appreciate it.
I can't take all the credit. It wasn't entirely my idea.
Yeah, you guys seem kind of down.
We just found out that a friend of ours is dying, Courtney.
Do you know Casey Peretti?
Yeah. I had no idea it was so serious, though. I remember his daughter's birthday party my first night in town.
Yeah, well, that was when we first met, right?
Yeah.
Seems like light years ago.
You're thinking about your mother and Hal, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, when I got that phone call from Hal about a half hour ago, he had just landed in Edinburgh. I told him about Brian's call, and, well, he's headed out there. I just hope we hear something soon.
Under the circumstances, I can't make any plans. We'll just have to wait and see what the next few days will bring. No, if the situation doesn't improve, I may be forced to go out of town to take care of it. Yes. Yes, it's entirely possible Lisa and Duncan might try to call you. If they do, I want you to stonewall them. Don't just tell them that I won't be able to get to them right away. Yes, the same goes for Beatrice. But I don't think she'll try to call. I'll check in with you daily. Keep your regular schedule. We'll be in touch.
Are you brushing properly? Reaching everywhere? Under the gum line? How can you be sure? Brush with Epident, a toothbrush so advanced it automatically positions its bristles as dentists recommend, cleaning 6 tooth surfaces at once and shown to reduce plaque and gingivitis. Epident, a toothbrush that's in a position to help assure clean teeth and healthier gums.
In the cosmetic department of most large JCPenney stores.
Want to feel fresh? Think pink. Anytime, any place. Think pink.
Carefree.
Love to feel fresh. Think pink. Every day, everywhere. Think pink.
Carefree.
When the feeling's on your mind and you want to feel fresh. Think pink. Feel fresh every day. Think pink.
Carefree.
Of course I killed them. I
just aimed, shot, and killed those little creeps myself.
Faster killing black flag ant and roach killer kills with an exterminator-proven ingredient.
Their kind deserve to die.
Black flag.
Just this much Court-Aid heals more kinds of itches than all of these. And for irritating rashes, more doctors recommend Court-Aid than any other brand. Court-Aid. It heals.
Hello, Hal.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. Paul told me you might be on your way.
Paul.
Look, I realize this might be unpleasant. Please, come in. I contacted Paul when I was told how you tried to break into the Visconti guest house and threaten Franco.
Oh, no, you're misinformed. I didn't break in. I went there looking for my wife, and I didn't exactly threaten Franco. I did pin him up against the wall because I found out he was lying to me.
Franco was simply following Barbara's wishes, as was I when I phoned Paul to try to get him to persuade you to stop this search.
Well, you wasted your time. See, he's just as anxious to get Barbara back as I am.
What I don't understand is why you're trying to make life so miserable for her.
I'm sick and tired of having people tell me that my attempts to save my marriage are making my wife miserable. I want some facts. I want to know what's going on between my wife and Visconti, or my wife and you, for that matter. See, I found the flowers in the note that you sent her, so it's obvious you know what's making her so upset. I'd appreciate it if you'd tell me.
You know, I've done my best to try to keep this from being ugly for Barbara's sake, but if you continue to press, I will be forced to take action.
Action? Action? You want to see action? I've got a friend on the Edinburgh police force, and I can get a search warrant like that, and we can be up here and turn this place upside down.
Well, this is just a two-room cottage. Detective, you're welcome to search.
You see?
I told you Barbara wasn't here.
Why, Brian? Why won't you tell me what's going on and where I can find my wife?
I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't or you won't.
Give it up, Hal.
Just remember, I gave you a choice. Oh. If you do speak to Barbara within the next few minutes, which I'm sure you will, would you give her a message from me? Would you tell her that, as crazy as it sounds, I still love her, so I'm not giving up? You tell her that?
Thank God I heard you and I was able to get out of sight in time.
Well, he's gone now. I don't think he'll be back.
You don't know how. He's not gonna give up. Brian, what are we gonna do?
If only that living will had been in effect when Casey begged us not to put him on the respirator.
Bill, as difficult as it was, you had no choice.
My man is fingerprinting the room, but I've got to know how that life support system worked.
Yeah, well, I'll fill you in.
Right.
Where's Lila?
She's in the solarium. The one I'm really worried about is Casey's mother. She is not dealing with this well. She keeps calling it murder.
Well, I'm sure that Purcell explained to her that he was far beyond any hope of recovery.
Sure he did, but she keeps talking about the miracle that's never going to happen. Has Mac found anything to indicate who might be responsible?
He has a man in there looking for fingerprints. What are you thinking?
Bill told me that Margot was here when he left, and she was waiting for Duke.
So?
So, Duke was very close to Casey. He would have done anything for him.
Susan, Duke's the one that came to my house about 11:30 and told me that Casey lapsed into a coma, and there was no mention of any respirator being disconnected. Oh, come on now, you know Duke is as transparent as glass.
Has Margot been told?
No. John's going over to their place. Give her the news in person.
She's going to be devastated. Bill told me that Casey fought being put on the respirator. He must have known, you know, his condition was irreversible. I guess he just was afraid. I can't really believe that he's gone.
Margot, it's your father!
Hi. I've been trying to get hold of you. I finally got a busy signal.
Yeah, I was calling Washington. I'm trying to find Tom.
I know it's late, but there's something you should know. I know you were at the hospital when they put Casey on the support system. About an hour ago, somebody went in there, disconnected that system.
I know.
You talked to Lila.
No. I didn't.
Polaroid. We can help you in ways you never thought of.
Working together, showing you how, helping you say it, doing it now. When there's work to be done, feelings to capture, nothing works faster. We are the answer. Nothing works like Polaroid. Nothing works like Polaroid. Whoa, 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 light.
When summer wear needs special care, trust Woolite in your machine. From sunning wear to stunning wear, whatever clothes need special care, trust in your machine.
For constipation, one laxative has both more fiber and no sugar. Fiberall. These brands have equal laxative fiber. Metamucil adds sugar. Fiberall adds bran. Result, relief. Fiberall. No sugar, more fiber.
Oh, hi, Anne. Listen, I've only got a minute, but I can talk. I'm just cleaning.
Introducing Pine Sol Spruce Ups, the pre-moistened cleaner in a cloth.
Sure, I can talk and clean. It's easy when you don't need a sponge spray or paper towels.
New Pine Sol Spruce Ups do it all. They clean, wipe, and dry in one stroke.
You ought to try them. They do a great job. Listen, I've got to run.
Free up your day. Spruce up with Spruce Ups in lemon or fresh scent. It's new.
If you want the buzz, just listen up, cuz this is what's going down. Guiding Light is out of sight, well, you know it's the hottest show in town. Give me the buzz, give me the buzz, give me the buzz. Guiding Light, making your passion today.
A crime of hate.
They were yelling things at me. Come on, faggot, you want to fight?
Men and women under attack for who they are. Gay bashing, an all-new 48 Hours Thursday.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Fashions by Betsy Johnson. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.
Hi, I'm Joan London.